Folks, welcome. Got something a little special for you today. So, a long time ago, this is when we hadn't even hit the 100s in terms of mini GTs. They made 5 Lamborghini Liberty Walk Lamborghini Aventador. These are the OG Aventadors that they made. They've done some newer versions, and then they've also done like stock SVJs and stuff. But seen them before, you probably know what I'm talking about. We're going to take a look at these today. So these are all pretty rare. Now, I haven't looked at prices, but I honestly kind of don't want to because they're probably really expensive. This is more of just like kind of like a fun video. This isn't like me recommending these or not recommending these, because overall I probably would not recommend these for the price. But they are pretty cool, and I do have all of them. So there's 5 regular ones, and then there's 2 chases. The blue one and the black one came with chases. So a couple of them look pretty dusty for some reason. But here's all the boxes right here. So we're going to this is going to be a longer video. So just grab a snack, grab an energy drink, whatever. Sit back, and we'll just kind of go slowly one by one through these. So there's some very interesting information about these. And 3 of these models, the red, yellow, and gray ones, were actually canceled. So these actually should have never been on the market. The blue and the black ones were fully released after, I think the blue one was first. Yeah, the blue one was first because it's the lowest number. I've got the boxes right here as well. One of them was the chase box and one's the regular box. Yeah, the one on the bottom is the chase MJC. So this was Mini GT number 57. We have done this in a video. We compared it to the Hot Wheels Elite 64 a while back. But this is Mini GT number 57. Beautiful box design. I wish they still made their boxes cool like this. But on the back, there's the information about this model. LB Works Lamborghini Aventador. This one's in light blue, left-hand drive. This is the chase version. And then this is the box for the regular one. It'll be pretty much the same, except it will have the Lamborghini badge on the back because this one just came in a box. This one came in a blister. So the Lamborghini badge for this one will be on the back of the actual blister card, which I do have somewhere. I'm not pulling those out because I don't really think we need to. But yeah, so there's the info on the back of this one. So this was the first one, the blue one right here. Released this one. It was a full release. We'll just take them out and set them here. Make sure they're not too dusty or anything. But yeah, they released these, and then they released the black ones. I guess we can, before we continue on the story, we'll kind of dive in and take a look at them. So first release of the Aventador. Honestly, a really nice casting. The paint on it, these all do suffer from paint rash, orange peel, really bad paint quality, and that's part of the reason that they were canceled. We'll get into that more later. Sorry, this one's really dusty. They're all kind of dusty, and I don't know why, because they've been in this display case. But really cool casting. They're actually really well done. All the tampos and stuff, all the Liberty Walk things. You got, imagine all the people living life in peace with the rising sun. Looks like, honestly, the whole casting does look really cool. The front end's nice and aggressive. The headlights are actually really nice. Lamborghini badge right there. You got the Liberty Walk stuff on the windshield at the top right there. You got some more tampos back here. So, like, honestly, it looks really good. You got the black Forgiato wheels. The back ones are super deep. Bottom, you've got some nice plating detail. In the back, you got silver exhaust. You got the really nice Aventador taillights. They've got the black detail in there in the red acrylic. You got Liberty Walk on the license plate. Big black spoiler on the end. It's actually back mounted on these. Engine bay looks kind of dusty, but it does look pretty good. You can see some like silver crossbars going, and then the engine covers are down there. So honestly, not a bad casting at all. And then they also released the chase version right here. I don't know how many of these are. You know what? I should probably grab the hang with me. I'm sorry this is so jumbled. I'm going to go grab the cards so we can see how many of the 2 chases there are. Okay, I'm back. That took forever. You guys, this is my stack of Mini GT cards. There's probably, there's at least 100 right there. And I don't buy like all the new stuff that comes out. I don't buy them in blister anymore. So it's kind of insane how many I have of those. Okay, so I found the 2 cards for them. So like I said, these were full releases. So the black and the blue, looking at the blue right now, got fully released. This was the card for it. Love the color scheme on it. The yellow and blue is really cool. So these obviously, these were in Miho blisters, and these were limited to 1 of 4,800. So there's 200 of that chase, and there's 200 of the black chase, because this one's limited to 1 out of 4,800 as well. And then you can see they both do have like the Lamborghini sticker on the back of them, the TSM sticker. So there's the cards for the 2 chases. Now that we got out of that out of the way, look at the chase. So this very good chase. So it has the color matched blue interior, has the color matched blue wheels, the color matched blue spoiler, and the color matched rear bottom. So yeah, and in fact, I think on the back, maybe that is part of the bottom. But yeah, so the chase is super blue. Oh my gosh. Of course that would happen. So this is like, I wish they still did chases like this. This is what, when I mention like blue base and stuff, this is what I mean. Like, why can't they make chases like this? Like these kind of things that like really pop. But this is the chase for the number 57. So there are 200 of them, but this was like way back in the day. So these are very rare chases. In fact, I think the regular versions of these Lambos are pretty hard to find and rare. Like I said, I didn't look at prices, but yeah, so that's the blue one, first release. It was a global release, like I said. So we'll set those back down, and then we'll move on to the black one. I don't know where to put these boxes. I'll just scoot them over. Okay, we'll keep working down the line. So here's the boxes for the number 58, which is this black one. One of these is the chase box, and one's the regular. So this is the regular box. LB Works Lamborghini Aventador in black. On the back right there, you can see the Lamborghini sticker. And then there's the UPC right there. So, like I said, really like this box design. I wish, at least for the Liberty Walk stuff, I wish they still made them like this. But yeah, super cool. This is MJC, which is the chase. So like I said, this was another global release, but this model is where they kind of started halting production. And I believe that these black ones might have also been recalled, but I think pretty much most of them, these are real dusty, and I don't know how, but I think most of the black ones actually did hit the market. So I think there is almost like a full amount of them out there along with the blue ones. So when you're searching for these on eBay, if you're curious and you look them up, you will see that the black and the blue ones are the easiest to find. And like I said, that's because they were released almost, if not all the way, like globally. So there is that. The reason that these got canceled, so way back in the day when Mini GT was kind of first starting, probably back in, oh shoot, I don't even know, long time ago, right? They had a factory in Bangladesh, and this factory in Bangladesh wasn't, they weren't really paying attention to quality control, and a lot of the stuff they were making out of that factory was having a lot of issues with paint and defects and all that kind of stuff. So Mini GT actually shut down that factory way back in the day. Right around the time that they shut down this factory is when they were making these Aventadors, and that's why they canceled the remaining 3. And I think they might have pulled production on these as well early. But one of the biggest things that you'll see that's wrong, that's always wrong with these, is they have really bad paint rash all the time. So I'll move this down, then I'll show you guys. You can kind of see, I was lucky enough, all 5 of mine, I got pretty good examples of, and mine aren't super bad, but you can see on the hood right here, you can see all the imperfections in the paint. That is like a little tiny bit amount of paint rash. It looks worse on camera than it does in person. Like you can kind of see on the roof, there's just like real tiny bubbles and whatnot. The sides on this one, like the doors and stuff, look okay. But like the hood and stuff, you can definitely see it on this one. And you can probably see it. Yeah, you can see it on the hood of the Chase as well. So just a lot of paint issues. You know, they'll paint rash and then orange peel and like just real ugly. I've seen some really terrible looking examples of these, like even just the black and blue ones. So that's why they quit production on them. Really sad. I wish they would have just postponed production and then released all 5 of them as actual models instead of just like completely canceling them. But you know, we have them. I actually have a buddy that calls these the forbidden Lambos because like they're canceled. They weren't supposed to be on the market. But yeah, the overall though, the black one's super clean. You've got the really cool looking bronze wheels, and then you've got the bronze tampos all over the car. You got LB Performance on the top of the wing, a couple decals on the side of it, like the little Liberty Walk flag. So yeah, really cool. I dig the bronze and black. It's a really nice color combo. Again, really nice headlights. Lamborghini badge is nice. You got the bronze text on the windshield. So yeah, just super clean. I love the bronze wheels. And then for the chase, instead of like making the interior and the base and whatnot bronze, they actually went for purple, as you can see. And this right here is one of, if not my favorite mini GT chase of all time. In fact, it's one of, if not my favorite chase of all time between any brand. It is so cool looking. So they ditched all the bronze on the wheels, and then they added the purple base, which, I mean, just looking at the base, that looks awesome. But then they also color match the wheels to purple, the spoiler is purple, and the interior is purple. They left all the bronze text on the car, which I think looks really cool. And yeah, it's just a super sick color combo. Like, you look at this, like a new collector would probably look at this and be like, oh, that's like a custom somebody made. They like painted the wheels and stuff. No, this is official Mini GT. So really cool. I love this chase so much. It's so cool. You don't see a lot of anything like this from Mini GT anymore, and I miss it. I miss the days where they did crazy stuff for the chases. Like, especially like the bases being color swapped and whatnot. But yeah, that's the black one. So like I said, the card does say that there are 200 of these, 1 out of 4,800, one chase per case. Each case has 24, so you divide 4,800 by 24. That gives you 200. But like I said, I think the blue one was fully released. They might have cut production back on this black one a little bit. I can't remember. But I think this black one was pretty much a global release, or at least close enough. So those are the two ones that actually did manage to get out of the factory by a large quantity. So we will move on to, we're actually going to do the yellow one next. And you'll notice, so these are the remaining boxes. You'll notice I have 2 yellow boxes sitting here. I do not have 2 yellow models. And that is because this one right here goes to the red car. So we'll get into that in a sec. So this is the box for this yellow Aventador back here. It is the LB Works Lamborghini Aventador in Volcano yellow. This was going to be Mini GT number 80. Again, love the box design on these. And then there's the back. You've got your Lamborghini licensing, TSM sticker. And interestingly enough, there's a sticker that goes over the UPC. And it says Mini GT 00057. And then there's I don't know, I believe that's probably a Chinese character. And then it says yellow. So kind of interesting. These canceled. Now keep in mind, this yellow one was canceled. This was not like fully distributed ever. It was still, a lot of these made it out of the factory as well as the red ones. A lot of these too did make it out of the factory, even though it was canceled, and then they were sold on the secondary market and stuff from, factory employees, people that had friends at Mini GT, whatever. But yeah, super interesting, super vague. I want to know what's behind that sticker. You can tell that there's some text behind there. I want to know what it says, but I'm not going to take that sticker off. Anyways, Mini GT number 80, the yellow Aventador. One of my favorites as well. Super clean. I mean, I could say that all of these are some of my favorites. Once again, these had issues with paint quality. Mine is actually like pristine as far as the paint goes. I've never seen any sort of paint rash or paint issues with mine. There might be a couple like bubbles here and there, but might just be because debris got under the paint before they actually applied it. But like no paint rash, no bubbling, nothing like that. Mine is really nice. So you got the Forgiato wheels again, same casting and everything. You got the black wing. You got the pretty much the same livery on all of it as far as like the tampos go. So really cool. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Of course, all of these do have yellow, or not yellow mirrors. They have rubber mirrors. So just like modern Mini GT. So yeah, just a nice black and yellow Aventador right here. And I don't know if I reviewed any of these before, but I thought we'd take a look at all of them and kind of dive in, and I explain to you guys what actually happened with these. But yeah, bad quality control caused these to be very rare. So yeah, and this one actually has a metallic paint. It's a little bit hard to see. You can kind of see it right there. Gorgeous metallic paint. Volcano yellow. Very cool paint on this one. It's much easier to see the metallicness in person. When you're kind of showing it on camera, it kind of just looks like a gloss yellow. But yeah, very nice paint on this one. So no idea how many of these were released because this wasn't actually released. It was canceled. But yeah, these ones a while back were actually pretty easy to find. I think they're quite a bit more expensive now, just like the blue and the black ones. But you used to be able to pick these up for like $30, but this was probably like 2 years ago. So prices have gone up over the years. You know how it goes. So that's the yellow one. Stick that box aside. Now we get into the real interesting part of this. This guy right here, the red Aventador. So this is Mini GT number 83. As you can see on the front of the box, it is the same exact yellow Lamborghini as the number 80, except this one has yellow rings around the wheels. That's the only difference that we can see from, whoops, I'm just going to damage them myself. I don't even need to wait for the paint rash. So, like I said, yellow rings around the wheels. Why? That's because this number 83 was going to be a Toys R Us Japan exclusive, and it was going to be this Lamborghini, but with the yellow rings around the wheels, and it was also going to have either a carbon hood or a carbon roof. So you guys know that they have released quite a few Japanese Toys R Us exclusives before. They've done 2 of the Huracans, and usually when they do those, there's like a slight variation of a regular release. So like a carbon hood, maybe some different wheels, that type of thing. So that's what this was meant to be. I have no idea what happened in that Bangladesh factory to make this thing red. Like, it is wild to me. And then if you look on the back, it will say the Volcano yellow left-hand drive, and then it will say TRU down there as well. That's how you know that it was going to be a Japanese Toys R Us exclusive. Now, I bought the gray one and the red and yellow one loose, so I don't have the cards for either of these, unfortunately. I don't know if they came in blister. I think they did. I think there were some back in the day that did come in blister, just ones that kind of like escaped the factory. You know, they were never released, but they kind of escaped the factory. They were given away or whatever. But I would love to know what's on the back of the blister on the UPC, or just how the card looks for this one. If this one even had a card, I don't remember. But the really funny thing about this red one is that you can also find it in the number 80 box. They also do come in the number 80 box. So it seemed like the workers were kind of just like throwing the models into, you know, whatever yellow box was laying there, and then they were just sending them down the line. So this leads me to believe that they were actually going to release this red one as another regular release, but as they were kind of canceling production and everything, they just kind of threw these red ones in whichever yellow box that they could grab, so that they could, you know, kind of hush get them out of there before like all the models were ordered to be destroyed and whatnot. So very interesting. So there was supposed to be a Toys R Us of the yellow one. It does not exist. And there's this red one that comes in the yellow box. So very interesting. This one's pretty much the same as all the others. So this one, when I bought this, the guy did not have a tray for the box because these were canceled and like all that. It just didn't end up having a tray for the box. He wrapped it in the tiniest piece of bubble wrap I've ever seen. He chucked it in the box and shipped it to me, and the wing broke off. I didn't want to buy another one, so I did super glue the wing back on. You can see right there where the break was and where the super glue is. But yeah, I did super glue this one. It is what it is. It does kind of suck. Now there's a bunch of super glue all over the back and like residue and stuff. But with that being said, if you don't like look too closely at the back, it doesn't really look too bad. Again, you still have the gorgeous taillights and everything. All the tampos are really cool, red and black. This one is just a gloss red. It's not metallic. At least I don't think it's metallic. Now I need to wipe off the dust and take a closer look, because maybe it is metallic. I don't really know. let's see, metallic. No, it's just a glossy red. But yeah, the red ones from what I've seen have the least amount of paint issues. I know the yellow and the blue and the black are all really bad, but I've never really seen anybody have too many paint issues with the red one. It just, it just never got released. So very interesting. I do like the red one too. I like all of these. I like all of them. They're all pretty cool. So that brings us to our last one, which is going to be the Fighter's Works. This is probably the most popular out of all 5 of these, not counting the chases. But yeah, this one is the hardest to find. And this is Mini GT number 79. It is the LB Works Lamborghini Aventador in matte gray. It is in the Fighter's Works livery. And there's the information on the back. This one did come in a Miho blister. I just don't have the blister because, like I said, I bought these used. So there's the information right there. As you can see, it does say LBR Fighter's Works matte gray left-hand drive. So very cool one. Now this one, so here's kind of like, I know I've kind of been talking about it, but here's the overall timeline of what happened. Black one or blue one was the first one. These released globally. People started realizing they had paint issues. Meanwhile, this one was in production and was already getting, it got released and got sent to distributors. It might have been a cut a little bit short at the end of production, but these two were pretty much released globally. The yellow one and then this red one were in production. We're probably about halfway into production. So they produced about half of the total amounts of these two by the time that they started closing the factory and canceling this model. So that's why you will still see these for not like insane prices right here. So these ones were probably, like, that's my estimation, is they produced about half of the total quantity of models for the red and yellow. The Fighter's Works, on the other hand, they had just barely started making this casting when it got canceled. Barely started making these. So there was not very many of these at all. In fact, back in the day, I was doing a bunch of research after I kind of first got these. And I think I estimated that there's probably only about 500 or so of these in existence. There's definitely less than 1,000. So probably somewhere between 500 to 1,000 of these actually exist, because this one was canceled like very early into production. So that's kind of one of the things that makes this one so cool, aside from the fact that the livery on it is amazing. So as we all know, they've done the Fighter's Works Huracan GT, which is another very popular mini GT, but they did the Aventador and it looks so cool. Like, you've got the LBR Fighter's Works on the wing back here with the little the red Japanese like thing from the flag. You've got LB700F/NO5 or number 5. You've got Imagine All the People Living Life in Peace on the side. This one's a little dusty too, but it's okay. But then you've got like the air intakes right here and like just really cool. LB Performance, just so awesome looking. All the text right there above the headlight. And then you've got some stuff right down there next to the headlight. I don't know what that is or what that says. But yeah, such a cool one. You've got the Fighter's Works logo on the windshield right there as well. A bunch of little text right here. Don't know what it says. I would have to do that. It is something to do with like an airplane. But yeah, just a super cool one. And honestly, really well done. Mine does not have any paint issues whatsoever. Like I said, I got pretty lucky with all of these. My black and my blue ones do have a little bit of paint rash on like the hoods and the roofs, but all the other ones are honestly really nice. So yeah, like I said, this is probably the most rare out of all 7 of these, even the chases. Like, you could probably still go find the chases. You'd probably, like I said, I haven't looked. You'd probably be pretty hard pressed to actually find one of these for sale. There might be 1 or 2, but there's not very many of them left out there. Most of them have found their way into permanent collections like mine. And yeah, it's just one of those models that's, just not really available. But yeah, I love these. I love the history behind these. Like, obviously it's sad that they were canceled, and I wish that they would have been released globally, just so like people could have them. But honestly, I think the history behind these models is really cool. I think the fact that some of these were canceled and then made their way out of the factory is just kind of neat. And there was also one more, at least I think it was the Aventador. I'm going to put it up on screen. There was also one more, one of these Liberty Walk Aventadors that they actually had the plans to make. I'm grabbing its equivalent right now. You guys will recognize it. Okay, my chair was blocking it. So they were actually going to make this Aventador in this Zero Fighter livery too. I did a review on this way back in the day. We'll take it out of the protector. But this thing right here, this GTR, they actually did two of these, number 6 and 7. One had the wing and one was a duckbill. They were actually going to make a Zero Fighter with this casting, which I am so sad never get made. Like I said, I'll have a picture up on screen of it. It's pretty much the same thing as this GTR right here, same livery and everything. But oh, I'm so sad that never got made. I wish Mini GT would revisit this casting and make some more of them. I know they've done some different Lamborghini Aventador Liberty Walk stuff, but it's not the same casting, and it doesn't hit the same in my opinion. But yeah, you guys will have to let me know what you think. Definitely a lot of cool history behind these. These are kind of like in my opinion, owning the whole collection of these is kind of like owning a piece of like Mini GT history, like a cool little like niche thing that not a lot of people know about, especially nowadays. Lots of new collectors and whatnot. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of all these down in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one.